Good morning, everybody. Now we learn to nature of creativity. Creative persons show preference for finding out solutions that are less frequent and less ordinary. That is, they show a uniqueness of approach to solve problems. The process of thinking is more complex. They show a high degree of aesthetic, emotional, and social sensitives. Judged by the above stated criteria, an act can be considered creative when it is productive and prosperous, and when solutions that are unusual is being made use of. In summary, we may say that a creative act is one that is original and also is useful or worthwhile in some way or the other. Creative reflected in creative acts depends upon the unique process of thinking, which is commonly referred to as creative thinking. Creative thinking broadly seems to follow a general pattern, though the variations are likely in the process depending upon individual persons and the kind of the problems to be solved. Creative thinking sequentially seems to first preparation, second incubation, third elimination, fourth evaluation, and fifth revision. Preparation involves formulation of the problem and the collection of materials considered necessary for the solution. More often than not, the creative thinker at this stage comes to feel that we cannot solve the problem even after working at it for a considerable length of time, and hence sets the problem aside. This is followed by the period of incubation, during which time certain of the ideas which hindered with solution of the problem slips into background, but the attempt of the solution of the problem may be continuing at an unconscious level. Elimination is taken to occur when the solution to problem seems to occur quite suddenly and unexpectedly. It is what is referred to as insight. The next is the stage of evaluation, when the creative thinker checks whether the apparent solution is really useful and correct. Either the solution may be correct but may need some modifications, or it may have to discard it and a new solution worked out. In any case, revision is made into the final stages of creative thinking to make the solution useful, meaningful, and significant. The process of creative thinking, as described, may be inadequate, but it is hoped that further investigations would throw light on the exact nature of the process involved. Measuring creativity. Creativity involves something more and above than mere intelligence. Hence, for measuring creativity, separate tests or instruments are needed. Many have been developed, and many other tests that are not specially meant for the measurement of creativity measure something characteristics of creativity. Several of the tests have been so designed that they would elicit as many answers to a particular question as the subject can possibly think of. Besides the number of answers, their quality is also to be measured. There are also tests intended to measure the flexibility of the subjects. These tests aim at measuring the ability of the subject to surmount the mental set that is conventional. There are also tests that are intended to measure the traits of a creative person. Anagram test. Noun, a word, phrase, or name formed by rearranging the letters of another, such as God, formed from dog. An anagram is a type of word play, the result of rearranging the letters of a word or phrase to produce a new word or phrase using all the original letters exactly once. The original word or phrase is known as the subject of the anagram. In this test, the number of smaller words that can be used using the letters or stimulus word given to the subject is determined. Remote association test. One aspect of creativity is the ability to associate freely to all aspects of a problem. Creative people take far-flung ideas and piece them together in novel combination. The remote association test, RAT, is a creativity test used to determine a human's creative potential. There are items from the remote associates test which measures the ability to find words that are distantly related to stimulus words. For each set of 3 words, subject should think of a 4th word that is related to all 3 words. For example, the word foot, catcher and hot suggests the word dog, as in the phrase dog food, catch a dog and hot dog. Unusual use of test. Determining the number of unusual uses the subject can generate for it by presenting an object. Drawing completion test. The subject is required to complete the drawing that is partially presented. Lighting the creativity lamp. The brain is highly adaptable and develops through repeatedly active brain training games, puzzles, riddles, sudoku, chess, Scrabble and so on is all excellent exercise, so is reading. The author and neuroscientist Nancy Andreessen gives these 4 suggestions. She advises that you should allocate 30 minutes a day to each. Choose a new and unfamiliar area